Oh, sexy that was.
Peter Finch is a good friend of ours and a great golfer, but he came to us for a lesson because he was struggling with his wedge play, mainly because he was treating it the same as his long game. Now in this lesson we showed him something that no one really talks about that helped him improve his launch, his spin and his distance control. Hopefully this can help you too.
Okay, Peter Finch, welcome back to the channel. You've been playing some really good golf lately. Hey! Let's go, baby.
It's been getting better, slowly but surely. After many years within this game, I'm finally happy to call myself an above average golfer.
You looked at your world ranking earlier, didn't you? Yeah?
I did, yeah. Well, my 1,174.
No, 1,744.
1,744.
Yeah, come on. He's already crept up the ranking. He's already crept up the ranking.
Who's carrying? Who's carrying? Like, we all know the official world golf ranking.
Well, 600 amongst
it's an
friends.
absolute sham, isn't it?
Well, it's good to see you playing good. Obviously, we saw you last year, over a year ago, and did a little bit of work on the full swing. You've been doing some more work on that. Today, we're going to look at distance and some finesse wedges. So we're around about 120 here. We'll creep down the fairway. How would you rate this part of your game at the moment?
Fine, but inconsistent, which is the real key. Like my driving, my full swing, even to an extent my putting has actually been getting better. But those are the areas that I've been working the most on. And then as soon as I get to like around the greens, around the short pitches, and really from 130 yards and in, that's where I'm finding kind of weaknesses. Like I'm still hitting some okay shots, but you know, realistically within this type of distance, this is where I should be like feeling very confident, where I should be feeling like I should be able to attack. Where I'm over a lot of shots at the moment, I'm just not quite sure what's gonna come out.
Okay. I think the one thing we'll always see as well is that when you've done heavy work on the golf swing, as we get closer and closer to the green, that stuff becomes less relevant. So what we'll look at today is some of the things that you've done in your full swing. We'll understand what they are, and then we'll see, well, what do you need now to do that's slightly different from 130 in? I think we'll see some different things.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Okay, so we've got full swing points at that front right flag at 120. We've hit a few shots already. We've already figured out if we just aimed left, we'd actually hold a few.
That's...
Just hit some shots for me, and we'll just go through these. We'll watch what you're doing. We've already taken some slow-mo, so I know where I want to go with this.
Okay.
You feel that distance control is the big thing here?
Yes. I mean, because like I think with certainly, obviously, you guys work with some really good players, and you know, Aaron is probably fantastic at this. Like just in that distance shot there. Like if he's going to miss pin high, side to side, whereas I'm missing online, but front to back. Which kind of shows an issue, strike and fly and all the rest.
So
of it.
You're absolutely right. You're sort of west and east is brilliant. North and south is long.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
That's very polite.
Long is a good thing sometimes, but maybe not in this shot. All right, let's watch you hit a few. So we've got Vokey, we've got 49 degree on this, yeah?
Yeah.
So is this a 135 club for you, ish?
Yeah, if I'm swinging it full, like that's just going to go behind, spin back, you know, to about 6 foot. So that was a great strike.
It was a lovely strike.
If I struck it like that all the time, then we wouldn't need to be here.
Wouldn't be here.
Like we could get into the clubhouse.
We'd be in the bar.
I'm going to be picky. It's a little long, that is, Pete. That's like...
Well, it's pitched 126, but it would have come back, you know, quite a bit. So again, look, he was a great strike though. 10,000 RPM. We know that you've struck that one well. So that's good.
Yeah, Andy.
I'm looking for the improvements.
Wow,
Come on,
unbelievable.
I know the standards that you've got.
It's a great 7-iron.
It was a really good 7-iron.
Now you're in California. I thought you'd be all happy and relaxed now. Wow.
That was nice. That was a really that's the standard strike that we want, isn't it?
Yeah. Thanks, Pete.
Okay, good.
We'll play good cop, bad cop. That's all it is. That's all it is.
What do you notice different about that shot when you hit it?
So that's
similar
just,
yardage, maybe a little further.
So that's just come out a little bit lower, a little bit hotter. Strike-wise felt probably again better.
So okay, so it's right up there from a strike point of view, but as you said, launches are different on that one. You know, we're going to see some different numbers launch-wise and what have you. And that's when you're trying to play the same shot and it looks different when you hit it, then obviously that's difficult obviously. All right, same thing again, trying to hit it 120. We're just 126 and 129.
Okay.
But strikes have both been good. That sounded nice.
Yeah, that was nice. That's a better height. Definitely a better yardage as well on that one.
That was tasty. 23. And as you know, that's going to come back a little bit. Okay, good. Let's just go a couple more, see if we can find some of these not so nice shots.
It's going to be hard. Strike-wise, these are actually coming out quite nice now. But it's that kind of strike that's the one I've really been struggling with. The one where it kind of feels like it's actually hitting a little bit lower on the face, actually getting some interaction, not kind of creeping up.
So absolutely correct. So here's the thing. So what we're looking for really, we want to be anywhere between grooves in my opinion, between 2 and 4. I think some people say 2 and 5, but I think groove 2 and 4 is a really good place on this. That's going to help keep the launch down to a good number. The spin's going to be really high. There's not a lot of crap getting in between the ball and the face, but we're going to see that ball flying in lower. The issue I see, and we saw a couple of the shots before, and those ones that are short on the full swing, is when you get a little bit high on the face here. So your depth of your arc effectively is just a little bit too deep. So as soon as we start getting up in grooves 5 and 6 potentially, they can still be decent shots, depending on the line. If it's really tight, then it's obviously a problem. Yeah,
and like the biggest issue I'm having kind of recently, again, with these kind of shots is coming through, hitting, and I'm kind of looking down towards the target, and I'm starting to kind of lean back, so it's just popping out so high at times. It's not ideal. Like you see the really good players, the good wedge players. If they want to hit it high, they'll hit it high. But normally it's just that beautiful little flighted kind of shot, and that's just not something that I'm kind of really good at.
That's all strike location. For you. It's not loft, it's all strike location.
So like rehearsal swing, like all the things I've been working on my swing really this year, and this is driver, irons, everything. I'm just like blanket it just to really kind of keep it consistent. It's from the top of the swing, moving down into my left knee, basically feeling like my weight is traveling this way, or pressure is traveling here. And then from that point, moving the left hip round and out the way, straightening the left leg, keeping my chest over the ball impact, right foot, right side, rolling in rather than getting up on the toe. And that's all to stop this kind of movement, which is historically, I've be dramatic to say I've always done that.
You've always been a humper.
I've always been a humper, These hips want to go forward. They don't want to go back. So that's always been a wee bit of an issue, but I've always played like that little fade. Now I'm trying to shift it so it's a little bit shallower, it's a little bit more neutral coming into impact. And that's kind of like the feel I'm having. So it's all impact orientated. So sometimes on the course as well, I'm over it and I'm getting into this really exaggerated position, and then I'm pretty much going straight into the full swing.
But don't move here. We're just going to highlight a couple of things for the camera here. Notice, Pete, look, notice how the height is down. We're also going to even notice this lead arm a little bit here and the shaft angle here. But when we go through some things in a moment, you'll see how this is harming your strike.
So I've got a couple of lines here. We've got a purple line, we've got a yellow line. So if we have a look as you swing, the purple line is on your belt loops. Yellow line is obviously on the outside of the lead leg. We call this the impact line. Let's look at the yellow line first of all. So from here, pivot looks really nice, tidy. It's a shorter backswing. We can see as you swing down, you've got no problem shifting. If anything though, the lead knee really overtakes the lead shoulder at this stage, which is fine, and it works nice in a lot of instances, obviously. But okay, so that's definitely something that we've seen, that knee moving toward the target quite a bit. May want to question that a little bit. Just watch the height on your head as well as a result. But look at the head there, sort of dropping just a little bit. But the thing for me is look at the purple line. Look at where your belt loops are relative to that. Your belt loops lower below that. So effectively what we're doing is we're sinking into the ground. If we're sinking into the ground, what we're going to do to the up and down on the club face, we're going to make it a little bit more varied.
I mean, it does make sense as well. I mean, again, like swing-wise, kind of getting this feeling moving in. Also, what tends to happen with me and my swing. Me and my swing. Is this the second channel?
What a great name.
This is the second channel. Me and my swing. Well, moving into here, and the whole point of like, as well as like clearing and straightening this left leg, is so my upper body actually kind of moves around as well. Now, if I'm sinking into that knee and it's not straightening, then I'm just going to chase on with my arms.
Correct.
So
drive down.
And drive down. So. Okay, that makes sense.
I would love to see you, and bearing in mind everything you've said about the early extension and the right leg coming in, I'd love to see if we can find a way, because I feel like you want to keep your forward bend and you want to be able to keep your side bend, so you want to be able to keep those moves going down. But is there a way that we can actually find a way, and this is why I highlighted the belts, can we find a way of the belt coming up as you play this? So basically, can you straighten both legs quicker?
I think I can. All I'll need to do is, certainly to pass anything to go by, is just ensure that I'm still making this kind of movement here rather than going straight into it. As soon as I start to straighten both legs, this is where I'll come here.
Okay.
So I need to just get that timing.
So you need to move this way still, diagonally to the right of the target with the feeling in the low body and shifting the pressure that way to then come up. Do me a favour, randomly, just hit me a shot. And I'm going to tell you something to do in your setup just before you do it.
Okay.
Something really radical. I want to just see what happens to the contact.
Take up tennis ball.
So you're going to stay flexed forward,
Yeah.
straighten your legs for me, totally straight.
Into
And just hit me a shot with your legs totally straight.
He's like, what do I do with them?
What do I do now? Even if it goes a little bit short, I'm okay. Let's just see what happens to the strike. Okay, so that's really weird, obviously. But what you'll find from there is, look at the ground interaction. Straight away, that's the other extreme of where we went. So we've gone from super low to super tall, but still maintaining everything from the upper body that you want to. So that would be where I would start, just to go end range. You're here. Where's the middle?
Okay.
So give me another one. I'm actually going to slow like that and not fall over.
Do you want me to try and hit?
Yes, please.
I like the way you said try.
So that one, again, this is obviously extreme, but there's nothing with that belt loop. If anything, the belt loop goes up. And it already starts up as well. So look, that's the extreme. Let's go for now, just feeling, have some practice swings. Knowing what you know now, how do you translate that into a shot?
Okay.
And we want you to try and thin it. I want to create height somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
If we can do it in the lower body, then great.
I think I can do it around that left leg.
Okay.
Around that droopy left leg there.
Get rid of the droopy left leg.
Yeah.
That was tasty.
Nice, a little higher as well, which was good.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that I just want to have a play with as well, Pete, for you. When you do your rehearsals, now, can you do the same feeling without going down? So can you push into this leg, okay, without you doing this? So can you do a swing where you still feel that the leg is being pushed into, but without the actual loss of height where we actually just go into this leg? So you still feel, I still want you to feel the pressure push into that leg without you actually like forcing it down. Again, we don't mind those clean ones at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clean, but it's like...
Oh no, like strike-wise, actually fine.
That's like money, isn't it? 118, 9,000 spin still.
Again, this is like a long way away from where it was, as far as like, you know, taking divots is not not an issue. That's nice.
I think that's phenomenal.
There's a shot
for me.
There's a strike. A little bit less interaction with the ground. Again, look at the attack angle, top left on that, Pete.
Yeah.
4.3 strike. I mean, you nailed the distance, 120, and still spinning it like 10,000.
So you're hitting the numbers. The good thing is, if you look at this chart now, we've made you a lot more consistent. From north to south, but you're hitting it sideways relative to those other ones.
In the middle of them, we're absolutely fine.
Absolutely. But you can see your ability, hopefully, to control the strike on the face now as a result of that is obviously a lot better.
Definitely. I mean, it makes, like I say, it does make a lot of sense as far as flight-wise, just seeing where it was at impact.
Okay, Pete, 57 yards. Club for you, 60?
60?
You'd usually
Yeah.
Okay.
Like generally within 70 yards, I will get my lob wedge out. Now, if that's a good or a bad thing, I don't think it's either, to be honest. But again, it's the control of flight, control of distance.
So let's just hit a couple of shots. You know, you know the direction that we want to go with these shots already. But let's just play a couple of shots to that flag there. Let's see how close we get.
And that's actually a much easier flag from at 120 than it is from this yardage, isn't it?
So that's gone 69 yards, that one. So, yeah.
And just look at that divot, man.
That's nice, isn't it? That's nice.
With the, I've been struggling to, like, with consistency of divot. Like, again, practice swing's fine, just like brushing the surface, but then as soon as it gets under a little bit of heat, as soon as it's a little bit tricky, that's where I get more diggy. Probably because it's just more comfortable, like being in there. But now all of a sudden I can kind of feel, again, just from straightening up, from being a little bit taller, I can kind of feel I can play a little bit of a different shot.
And this is where really it's like, okay, everything that we've been doing in here, down, a lot of shaft lean, a lot of loss of height, isn't necessarily good for this. So what I want on these few shots now, what I want you to do on these shots, I want you to make a couple of practice swings.
Yeah.
I want you to brush the turf, but I want you to feel like you're moving up. Good, I still want you to hit the turf. Nice. That was really nice.
Move that flag like 5 yards further on. But yeah, that's great. And that kind of strike is, I prefer that kind of strike.
Yeah.
Because as you said, as soon as I start to get a little bit steep on it, that's where the flight is a lot more uncontrollable for me.
Well, the thing is, with you leaning that shaft forward as well quite a lot, it's coming off at high speed as well.
Yeah.
So you lean the shaft, you come up high ball speed, it's so easy for you to do that. Whereas if we can get you presenting a little bit more of the loft on there, you're still going to lean it forward a bit, but get that strike low, it's still going to launch relatively low.
Yeah.
Whereas at the moment, if we just pop it up high off the face and you lean the shaft forward, you're just getting a sort of a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Give me another rehearsal there. I want you to feel like you go up, and I still want you to brush the ground. There you go. And that's a very different motion to what you've been doing, but this is now fitting to this finesse part, but now you're using the club in a really good way.
You look like Cam Smith threw the ball now, which is good. I've been very nice to him today. Have you noticed?
Very skilled athlete.
I mean, like, all sorts of good stuff today. Sticking up for him as well.
Wow, like Cam Smith. Jeez.
Same hairstyle and everything.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. Now just look how much softer that comes off as well.
That's
such a different sound. It's coming off at a different speed.
Still getting 7,000 RPM spin as well, which is what you need. You're still 4 degrees down on it.
That's the thing, like probably something which I know you guys like done videos on, but like it's quite confusing to a lot of people how I could still strike down there, not take a divot, still produce that kind of spin. So
you're basically, the easiest way to describe this is you're creating a flat spot. You've got to go down to get the club to the ground, and then you just level it off. And the leveling off through the ground is something coming up from the body, pulling the handle up. That's beautiful.
Look at this now.
Yeah, it's just so much. The strike on that is so much nicer.
That's good, isn't it? Yeah. I think you're just getting predictability on the height of the strike.
All I need to do now is figure out distance control and be absolutely fine.
Well, you got a chance now because now you're tapping into some feel as opposed to driving everything.
Yeah.
Okay, just give us one more. See if we can get one close.
Yeah, well, 50 yards. So they used to be back in the day, just half a swing, half to half.
And I love that. I much prefer you hitting that shot because that was low off the face. Yeah. Look at the spin on that one.
7-8 on the spin.
And low off the face, hardly any divot. That's what you're going to see JT do this afternoon.
7-8 on a shot that carried 52 yards, by the way. And as you said, 5.5 degrees down. So you're still...
I'm actually a bit worried for JT now.
Are you taking him on as well?
Yeah.
Just perfect timing, wasn't it?
Yeah, good luck there.
Is that am I the new JT? I can play the high ones, I can play the low ones.
So let's just look at what's going on with the level of the head now. So we're not now driving down into that. We're now working up. This is so much nicer. He's not wrong with the finish there. It does look like Cam Smith, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very much sort of
chest to the sky.
Well, I think like his pitch in action is so nice. It's just so nice. Just moving to
But you described it as well on what you like to feel. Just jump over there, actually, sorry. You described it as in you were wanting to feel as though you could almost get the club working out in front of the hands like that. Now the only way you're going to get that is by the club moving like this. So you're moving, your chest is coming up, the head is rotating a little bit more now as a result. And the key for me is when you're playing these shots now, you can hit the ball in the same place a lot more often.
Yeah.
If your divots all look like this, it's going to be really hard for you to not have the ball in the same place.
100%.
Right, give us one more then, mate, and then you can go and take on JT.
I feel like this is
Give
good.
him
We're
a
getting him ready
masterclass.
for one of the best in the world.
That's it.
No problem.
Oh, sexy that was.
Yeah, that was
Lovely.
Absolutely. There we go. Look at that. Closest one. Let's look at the number. 54.
54 carry, still 6.5 spin. That's beautiful.
3.5 down.
Beautiful.
Easy, yeah?
There you go, mate. You're ready to roll.
Good to see you, mate. As
You're
always.
You're all
Well
prepped. Make sure you beat him now.
No, it's not going to be a problem, is it?
Okay, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you head over to Peter's channel and keep up to date with what he's doing. He's qualifying for the Open.
Qualified already in my mind.
Yes,
Thanks.
yes, he
Yeah.
will do now. He will do now. But make sure you follow his channel, and if you want to see more of us, head over to meandmygolf.com to check out all our plans to help every single part of your game. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.